All right, every once in a while in life, you need to do something to have a little fun. And, well, I've been into this hobby for many years, and it comes around and comes around, and I put it away and it comes around. It's been boxed up for many years, and I kind of can't wait to open it up and see. This guy doesn't even know what it is yet, and we have a bunch of boxes.
No, Dad.
Oh, you want to see?
Please.
Yeah? Yeah, you want to see what's in here? What is it? What's in this? Whoa! Man, wow, look at all this cool stuff. What is it? His face is like... Now, what is that? Now that is an original body for my Midnight Pumpkin. This is what I grew up with. This was my first truck. As a matter of fact, this is... Oh man, oh boy, be careful with that. This is actually my first truck. Not the body. This body I painted. Originally looked like this. Through the years it was beat and destroyed. Somewhat. Painted yellow. Awesome. Now I would say it's from 1987. This is when they released it. Mind you, if you see, I added another rear axle to this and made it a 6x6 figure. And I had two modified motors in this. Worked really well. It went really fast. And if you look inside of it, man. Okay, I'll let him dig, whatever. He's thrilled. Instead of a speed control, I just wired in a switch. So it would be full power from the battery through the switch to the motors. Now, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody have a switch inside their RC car. But it worked. Old Tamiya, these are low-C front wheels. And it was a pain to get these to mount. I remember I struggled so hard to get that on there. Both sides. Ended up painting the tub chrome along with all the other parts. God, that was a long time ago too, and it's held up pretty well. This thing, every single part has been replaced. He's digging way in this. I don't know if you're catching any of this. Alright, I can stick this rear tire back on, this paddle, that was cool. Let me put this up here. Now, this was the body that I had. Man, I had the Midnight Pumpkin, and then my dad picked this up for me one day. I couldn't wait to get it. Just to have another body to run around on. This was the Lexan body. There's very few of these left. This is a Parma body, I believe. Yep, Parma. Hard to find these, and I wish I could get more because it's very thin, light, soft, and it would roll over and do very little damage versus the heavy hardtop polycarbonate body. So, kind of neat. Now, as we move on, here's the polycarbonate body versus the Lexan body. Oh, that's my original tire on there. Hopefully I can get these to pop back in shape. Now, if you look at these tires, just to give you an example while I'm at it. This was mine from when I was a kid. And so this is the tire that these are the tires I ran as a kid. And these are brand new tires. Practically, you can see how well worn these are. I mean, to shave those down that much on these old Tamiya trucks, there was some serious tire spinning going on with a highly modified motor to make it do that. And so, hopefully they come back in their shape there. So, I would say when you store your stuff, try to prop it up so the tires can not lose their shape. That would be devastating. Okay, back to these trucks. Wow, there's like four of these trucks in this box. That one was mine. Let's go back and see. This here is a parts truck, and it's all built with, well, that's mostly new parts. The chassis used, the rear end's used, low-C tires on it. Well, there's another one we can build. He's got this body here, a couple of radios. Now, okay, this particular truck, this is my daughter's truck. She was 3, I believe. Now, be careful with those, bud. Those are very fragile. She was 3 when I bought her this, and I actually have some cool little video of her driving this around. She drove it around in her skateboard bowl, had a great time with that. I picked up an extra body for it. The reason I had her drive it with the Lexan body. And the whole reason I had her do that is because when we built it, I had to preserve the original body. So we built the original body, and she's never driven it with this, and now she has a perfect shelf queen that she can put up there. Yes, we used the chassis. Who cares? It's the body that you're going to damage when you roll it over. So we picked up another body. We'll paint it and do something. Actually, we picked up several bodies, I should say, because here's another one running on this. Now, that is so cool. Oh, I had a great time building that with her. I'll leave this here. I don't even know where to put this without Meat Man getting into it. Flat tire! Oh no, it's got flat tires. Are you going to fix these flat tires? Lexan body. Okay. Now, if you peer inside of this one, what we're going to see is we're going to have it's a brushless motor and a brushless ESC. So, and these are oil-filled shocks from a Monster Beetle. Still originals back there. This sucker's set up to boogie. And we have the same setup in this one with this motor and the LiPo battery in here as well. I think it's the 2-cell. So this little truck squeals. It's a lot of fun to drive. Now we have to tune them up and get them running. Let me see. Where's that other one? Nope. None of these have that modification on them. Well, we have a couple bodies. This tire goes with this truck over here. All right, does that look better on there? Aha, a stock motor. Yeah, some kind of motor and electronic speed controller from back in the day. God, speed works. I have about 25 of these motors in a box. It's almost like motor porn from this stuff. It's pretty neat. Yeah, that'll go in something. Another battery and the charger. Okay, good. Okay, so this is my daughter's truck. I'll charge this and get this all ready for her. I'm sure she's going to want to drive this. It's been a little while. I have a blast with that. In the meantime, we can put one of these together and beat around in the yard with it. May as well beat this one more. Snow is coming. This one is great in the snow, and it's kind of funny because they have some new trucks that are almost what this is, 6-wheel drive, and kind of cool. I almost want to get one. Granted, this is 2-wheel drive in the front. Never mind.
I have the same idea.
So this is just one box of goodness, and like I said, there's multiple boxes. I have another one sitting right here. We're going to wait a minute to get to that one while he's distracted and into it. I can't wait to start playing with these old trucks again. This brings back memories just seeing these. Man, I had so many of them. Back in early 2000, I ran an eBay business, and I was able to buy and sell lots of RC cars, and I got all the parts and pieces that I really ever wanted because of that. I knew which ones to hold on to and what I liked. And I got the wheel and deal, and God, I think at one point I had like 60 cars sitting in the garage. So, well, you can see here's 4 of them. And I don't have 60 anymore, but I have quite a few. Anyway, as we zoom back through time, an old Airtronics XL2P. Now, this is one of my favorite controllers that I used to use. Hardest part was remembering not to lose this bottom piece. I really liked it. I could adjust everything I needed to. And this is a big upgrade. This came with somebody else's parts and collection. Managed to score that. I always had just cheap old whatever Airtronics from back in the day of early 80s, well, late 87, I guess. And this old Futaba. This one was pretty good too. I like that. Probably because I didn't lose the battery stuff so easily. But I ran these. I knew this kid was going to be playing with this nonstop. That's it, right now. He just got exposed to RC for the first time. He has never seen one run before. We've been too busy to get these out, and they've been packed away. He's going to love it. It's going to blow his mind when he sees this, especially the souped-up ones. We have gas-powered ones. We have all kinds. You got to follow along and check out all these videos. I'm going to put a bunch of these together and go out and have some fun. And another flat tire? You wouldn't need flat tires. Everything's got a flat tire these days. Priceless. Okay. Well, we're done with one box. As you can see, we got to display a couple of our trucks, and boy, is that exciting. He's thrilled to death. Wait till he sees this. One of the cool things about these trucks, old Tamiyas, they had Chevy logos and Ford logos and Dodge logos on them. They had to buy those trademarks, and they didn't do that when they re-released all these trucks. So that's an easy way you can tell you have an old truck. For example, with that, let's move on. Hey, Bud, come here. You want to see this one? What's in here? What do we have in this box? Now, this here is probably one of the coolest Tamiya models ever produced. What is this? Yeah? Wheels. Wow, look how big that wheel is. Another wheel here? Whoa. Oh yeah, we'll put those down just to be, those are clearly old broken wheels, right? What do we have here? 2 more rims. These are garbage kind of, they're just there. Oh, you're going to try to pick up this thing? Whoa! So, this here is an original Tamiya Clodbuster. Released in, I believe, 85, 86, 87, something like that. You can tell they're original ones because it has a Chevy logo on the grill. Yeah. And everybody loves the size of this truck. Now, this one is clearly modified slightly. I did a lot of rock crawling with it, and you can tell hooked up some shocks to do some really cool, pretty impressive stuff with this truck. And they work in weird ways. I also hooked up a separate steering servo to the front, extended the chassis. This is a full metal plate in here because I would snap that all the time. The body is held together with quite a few zip ties, stitched, I guess you could say. And it does flop and go every which way. Really neat for an old Clodbuster. And the whole front end will just droop way down as you're wheeling over things to kind of keep you from really flipping over. So that was my creation of how to make a rock crawler back before all you people have rock crawlers. So, God, let's see. The last time I drove this would have been 2005, maybe? 6? Maybe something like that. What do you think of this thing, bud? And it would bunch up like that. Oh, what a fun truck. Now, in comparison, there's a 10th scale monster truck versus a 12th scale. It's at maybe like that, per se. And this was a little closer together based on the chassis modifications. It has the rear steer as well, so you could crab walk this thing. Made it a lot of fun. Or you could turn the wheels every which direction you wanted. I see the duct tape on the bottom. There's duct tape here because I had metal skid plates that I used to put in here. And you can see, if you look at this one up here, how worn this is from bashing over rocks. So the metal skid plates did help a lot. Constantly replacing parts. At the moment, I just have stock motors in this. I did have modified motors, and it would break stuff instantly. But I would hook it up with multiple battery packs. How do I even have this set up in here anymore? I ran a 4-channel radio. Okay. Here's an old piece of technology, a Novak 610 reversing electronic speed controller. This was my first one. I ran it in the Midnight Pumpkin. Oh my God, I had so much fun with that. It was great to have an electronic speed controller that had reverse. That was rather rare in the day. I have a pretty cool one in one of my other cars as we get to that. These two things, you could see they were, hold on, let's see if we can go this way. You could see they're wrapped in this size. Watch out, bud, don't take it off yet. Don't take it off. So what I had here was the old D-cell packs. I'd have, it had 3 D-cells here and 3 D-cells here hooked together. And that gave you a long runtime prior to these lithium batteries. And
Go.
The old NiCads, the things we had to do, and they were a fortune. They took forever to charge. But that gave this thing a lot of snot and power to crawl and climb and go. And man, I spent a lot of time tinkering with this to figure out how to make it do what it does, and I've never seen anything like it.